Sammy, wait. Sam!
So grab your garlic. Okay, number 6. We're going with a psychological thriller here.
Which wasn't my favorite.
Not your favorite.
Not mine.
The Shining. A lot of people like this movie. 1980. A lot of good, like, I'd say 80s might be the golden age of horror. I mean, a lot of good characters. But,
The only good thing in the modern day is The Conjuring and Lights Out.
Yeah, well,
my favorites.
Yeah. Stanley Kubrick, who I find a little overrated. I'm sorry. But yeah, Jack Nicholson is crazy in here. But when is he not crazy?
Who do you say is overrated?
The director. He's like really popular, but I think he's a little overrated.
Yeah.
He did Full Metal Jacket, Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, some stuff you probably heard of. This. So yeah, it's about the mental breakdown of Jack Nicholson. Now this is based on a real hotel.
Yeah.
This hotel is in Colorado, the Stanley Hotel, which I'm never going to stay at. I'm not sure if it's still operating. He gets a little cabin fever and he gets a little nutty. And by nutty, I mean big nuts. He went nuts. That sounded a little wrong, but it's okay. Don't worry. I'm here for you. Shelley Duvall's in here. She was also in Popeye the same year. I don't know why I'm throwing these fun little facts at you, but take them home with you. Tell your friends. It's a psychological thriller. I mean, the man just breaks down and he loses it. And they're all alone in the snowy, wintry Colorado Stanley Hotel. And day by day, he gets worse and worse and worse. And eventually, it just becomes a fight for their life towards the end. And you'll see what happens. It's really good. You gotta love Jack Nicholson. I'm sorry. He's one of my favorites. I mean, he's really crazy. Everybody knows Jack Nicholson, so I don't need to talk about him on and on.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, this is a pretty good movie, I would say.
Not my favorite.
Maybe should have been high. I don't know.
It's not my favorite. I mean, I've watched it.
Now, did you notice? This is another little fun fact. In Toy Story.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Mm-hmm.
The carpet on the ground is the same as in the Shining Hotel.
Yeah, I think I heard of that.
All right. I don't know if Shining should have been high, because now I'm having second thought. Going into the 90s now.
Ooh, the year I was born.
Number 5. Scream.
The year I was born, 20 years ago. Nice.
A Wes Craven film, 1996. This would be a slasher, but not your typical slasher. This movie is aware of what it is. It kind of makes fun of itself at sometimes. It's got some twists. It's got some turns. Basically, somebody's just a little too into horror movies. We'll put it that way. And
apparently the sequels are pretty, they're good every time, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's what's kind of funny.
The second one got good reviews. The third one, I don't know. The fourth one got okay reviews. This first one, I would say it's the best that I've seen.
But it's kind of funny about the Scream series. It seems like the sequels aren't bad.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny about
Yeah. And originally, I don't know if you knew this, but
Impossible. Like how
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, like how the more they made it, it got.
And the
better.
funny thing is, Mission Impossible came out in the same year. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh, there he is. I told you. He's right around the corner. Jamie, look behind you. Look behind you. Turn around. Behind you. Oh, turn. Behind you. Behind you, Jamie.
Originally, if I'm not mistaken, this was going to be called Scary Movie, but we all know what Scary Movie ended up being. A spoof movie had stuff to do with this. So anyways, yeah, Courtney Cox is in here, Drew Barrymore, Neve Campbell. It's definitely 90s, people. My favorite horror movie of the 90s, probably, honestly, my favorite intro to any horror movie. It's hard to say that because, you got to think about the horror movies. But this one, you'll remember this intro for a while. Ghostface is become a pretty horror icon at this point. This mask, I mean, you've seen it. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to check this one out. This is one you really need to check out. All right.
Now, this is the one that my mom has nightmares, and she will always have it, because she was scarred with this movie when she was, what, 5 years old?
Young.
She was pretty young, like just a kid, and she saw this. Her parents, it's kind of her parents' fault.
Yeah.
This is the only person that scares. None of the others really do.
Yeah, and the funny thing is this, well, let me just show it to you. It's Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween. I would say this is the first. No, I don't know. There was Black Christmas. That was kind of a. I would say this is really the first slasher movie. The real
sort
slasher
of, but
movie.
it wasn't as bad as like other slasher films.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's definitely a story to it.
Until they went overboard, like every single movie, TV show, or anime.
Yeah.
They keep going, and then it just gets.
This one, the first time you watch it, I'd say you might be a little creeped. I mean, it's creepy if you think about a guy.
Heck, actually, I think it was the 5th or 6th movie that actually scared me as a little child, like a baby. I was just a baby, and yet Mom told me I was freaking out over something.
Yeah.
She was watching it while I was there.
He's got a creepy face. Basically, Michael comes home, and it turns out for the worst for a bunch of people. I would say this has the best horror theme of all time. I mean,
and every time we sing that, my mom just looks at us.
And he's got a creepy face, based off of William Shatner from Star Trek. They modeled that mask after. 1978. I don't know if I told you the year. Yeah, this is really what brought on, Jason and all the,
Oh yeah, so basically he's the king of all of them, if you think about it.
Yeah, if you think about it, I mean he's I don't know, maybe the first horror big character, if you could say that.
Mom says this is her favorite movie of all time. Period.
Horror movie.
She couldn't really be scared of Freddy Krueger because she actually watched that actor Robert Englund in another thing where he was an alien, and she always thought he was what's the word? Like cute in a funny way. So that's why she never really got. It's this mask, and the fact that the parents told her to just turn around, and she heard every single thing that was happening. And then when they told her that he was dead, guess what happened?
He wasn't! Anyways, number 3. You all know him. You all love him. You've seen the Christmas sweater 1,000 times. It's A Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. Robert Englund. Freddy Krueger. This really... Okay, it is a slasher, but honestly, I like the concept. I mean, they had a different concept. It wasn't just, hey, I'm a guy who's gonna come kill y'all. This had a concept. He only comes out in your dreams.
And he's only selecting, what, a few people?
He's selecting the kids of the parents who did something. You'll see. He's a big horror icon at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I did complain about the ending, but then when I think about it, well, I would count it for that. And then there's another movie where the actress plays herself. Mm-hmm. Then I would count that next. So this comes first on my list. I haven't seen all the others. This comes first, then the one where she pretends to be. But
it is a clever film. Like you can tell it's a clever film. Honestly, Johnny Depp's in here, really young Johnny Depp. Like I said, I don't know if I told you, 1984.
Why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone?
I got a Johnny Depp.
Yeah. So Johnny Depp when he was young. I'm sure you've all seen this, so I'm not telling you nothing new here. Wes Craven again, who also did Scream. Wes Craven did Scream. Yeah.
The first time I actually heard about this was that music about with Will Smith.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Did they make a music video of that? Because
I think so.
Oh, really? Was Will Smith in it?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Because Will Smith was. But when I got downstairs, I noticed something was wrong. And then Freddy Krueger was like talking to him like, we got a lot of work here.
Yeah. you know, pretty creepy the first time you watch it, I guess. It might make you not want to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's actually the scary part about it.
Yeah, I could.
Now,
Alright.
number 2. This is actually my favorite modern horror film to do something.
Mine too.
Along with Lights Out.
Yeah, okay.
my-
This is really good. This is really good.
I mean, it's not scary, but it's...
I'd say it's scary the first time you watch, you know?
Well, yeah, but when I actually watched the second one, I was actually just prepared, and I was like,
Yeah. Okay,
It's actually
The
still good,
Conjuring. The Conjuring. Well, okay, 1 and 2. I'm sorry, I'm putting them both together.
Well, no, yeah, it's all right, Corey, because I did that with my top 10.
Great movies. Really good horror, modern horror movies. It's a haunted house movie. It's a haunted house movie.
Based off of a true story.
It's got a perfect formula going for it. I believe this one came out in 2013, and this one came out this year. So I just got this, by the way. Both very creepy. The acting in this is really good.
Yes,
Patrick Wilson and
What's her name?
oh man,
I think
Vera Farmiga.
I actually mentioned after watching the second one, those two actors really did a good job.
Yeah, and he's also in Insidious, which I don't know if you've seen Insidious. James Wan does Insidious too, the same director. It's a pretty good modern horror film, not as scary. This takes place during the 70s.
Both of them do, basically.
Yeah. What was going on in the 70s, man? Just some creepy stuff.
Well, let's see. Yeah, there was this. And then the other one was that guy that killed all his family.
Based on a true story, the Warrens, who are paranormal investigators, they go on different cases. And this one takes place in Harrisburg, Rhode Island.
Then they go. Then in the second movie, they go to. Well, before London, they go to the place in America.
Amityville.
Yeah. Then they go to London.
So, you know, they're trying to help out these people, see what's going on in the house, and, you know, things just keep getting worse and worse and escalating. And it's really got an eerie vibe to it. Both of them do. Good acting all around, and just
The acting's really
a
good.
bunch of creepiness. Bunch of creepiness.
And you know my issue is with a lot of people that don't believe in ghosts? Well, I'm going to tell you this. I may get bad comments, but, you know, it's kind of true. If you're going to believe in the Bible stuff that happened back then...
If you're going to believe in the Bible stuff, hey, let's go. What you want to go?
Okay, there was a lot of supernatural stuff that happened back then. Why can't you believe in the supernatural of ghosts, UFOs, and all that in today's time? You know, I mean, really, when you think about it, that kind of doesn't make sense. Why back then, but why not now?
Yeah.
Overall, though, yes, I think The Conjuring, along with Lights Out, is got to be the best horror films of modern times.
Some of the best. I mean, you know, there's other ones.
Yeah, I don't like when they do a bad ending. Sorry, I just hate bad endings. It just depends. Like, there's some stuff I don't mind with, like, kind of an ending that just leaves it, oh, seriously? I don't know. It just depends on my mood. Yeah.
Like, are you going to do that to me? No. Okay, number 1, I don't have. Well, I thought I had it at some point. No, I don't. Yeah, I know it's number 1 and I don't have it. What is wrong with me? Now, this, I would say, is the scariest movie I've ever seen, even though it's from 1973. It is, as I'm sure you've guessed, The Exorcist.
I'm not really crazy about The Exorcist. It was okay.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it with you when they were airing it on AMC one year. They cut out some stuff.
You see all of it?
Yeah, but I told you they cut out some stuff.
It's a possession film.
I mean, it had an ending that was satisfying.
The ending...
I mean...
I don't know. The movie's just creepy. This is the scariest movie I've ever seen. It holds up pretty well. You saw it on AMC. You probably should see the real thing. It's a possession movie about a little girl. Starts off playing with the Ouija board. That's mistake number 1, folks.
I forgot
Don't
they played
play
with the Ouija board.
This game's Captain Handy.
Yeah, anyway, she
Handy.
gets possessed, and then they have to get in these exorcists.
The priests come in there. I really liked the actor of the main priest that was in there. I liked him. I thought he did pretty good.
Was he new at that point?
I don't know. I just don't see him in much anymore. I don't even remember his name. But she just keeps getting worse and worse. Like a lot of these movies, it just keeps going.
The mother kind of reminded me of Amelia Earhart for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, she kind of reminded me of that. Have you ever thought about that?
No, but
I would think she would do a good Amelia Earhart.
But the girl, gets possessed, and there's just some creepy scenes in this movie. I'm not sure what else to say about the movie, honestly. It's just, there's no...
It wasn't that scary to me, but my boy here, he's afraid of it.
Yeah, I watched it too young, honestly. I watched it when I was
Oh,
young.
how old were you? I'm sure that one scarred you as bad as Halloween did my mom.
Maybe 10. I mean, it wasn't that young. Maybe 10, 9. Still, probably shouldn't have been watching it at that point.
Well, you're like my mom that way.
Yeah.
Except she was even younger when she
But
saw
honestly,
Halloween.
from 1973, I think it holds up pretty good, to be quite honest. There's some... I don't know, man. This girl is just evil. Demonic and evil. And this... I'd say this is the first, really big possession movie. Now, there's a lot of them out there, but...
There actually was a possession that happened in the 70s with that woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that was true.
Yeah, this is based on a true story.
Yeah, but except this happened in the 40s.
To a boy. I believe a boy, right?
Boy.
I think a boy, not a girl.
And none of the exorcists... Well, spoiler alert again. None of the exorcists died in real life from the 40s, but in here they changed a lot of stuff out,
Yeah. It's a really well-made movie.
I think it ended satisfying. It was okay.
Yeah, it
was
ended
okay.
about as well as I would hope for. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else I got to say about it. It's scary. It's freaking scary to me. I mean, what are you going to do, people?
It wasn't scary for me because I started watching it older. Well, I guess that's about it for our episode. This is our first episode, and we may do this. We may have to jump back and forth.
You may never see us again. We may fall off the face of the earth and blossom into the sky.
I think
like a dust particle.
I think we would have to jump back and forth between game discussions and this, just to be even. I don't know, my boy. I just think we could try to do that. And, it just depends. I'm kind of into anime right now, just to collect them. So this would be a place where I talk about animes or just live action TV shows and movies, because, hey, I like everything.
Hey, the boy likes everything. What are you going to do? I mean, the boy likes it all. What are you going to do?
I mean, I like to be yin and yang about that. Live action movies, video games.
He's a yin yang man. He likes to be yin, he likes to be a little yang. Let me tell you about this boy. Yeah. Sally Sidewinder.
So, yeah, you tell us your favorite horror film in the comments below, and we will take a look at it and maybe respond.
Yeah, oh, you know what's funny? This actually goes back to Friday the 13th, but apparently... I'm sure people have heard of the Anime Sword Online, but apparently in the second art of the second season, they showed pictures. One had Napoleon, one had the ring, and the other had Jason. I thought that was kind of funny. I actually sent you that video, and I actually wanted you to pause it. And when you pause it, you see Jason attacking someone on a boat. This was in Sword Online, an anime. Maybe the guy that made Sword Online is a fan of Friday the 13th.
Maybe.
Some of the animes that are actually made are actually taken from American movies, which is pretty cool when you think about it. Anyways.
Okay, we're going to go... That's 9! Number 10.
Wait, let me stop it there. Because remember that one time it kept going? And then
Scary.
To tell you the truth, there's a funny fact. When we were going to see this movie, the one thing that made him jump was a spider in the back of a car.
I don't like spiders, but anyways, we're not talking about that right now. But yeah.
Sense. I mean...
Oh, there goes one now.
Yeah. You know, the weird part is I would think you would see ghosts in a hospital because a lot of people die in a hospital.
Honest.
Okay, spoiler alert, just to let you know.
Oh,
people.
no.
You can skip to this number that I'll put right here in the video.
Oh, no.
But basically the ones that save...
Oh, no. Don't do it.
I put a spoiler
Oh, no.
alert.
Don't tell him what happened. Thank God.
Basically...
Okay. No!
Fine, I won't.
No, it's fine. Wait, no!
Well, basically, the two priests that actually save her